Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of The Den, Howler Legion podcast. I am Reaper, and I'm joined by Arclean and D Nomad today.
Hello.
All right.
Today, we're going to be talking about our thoughts on what happened in 2025, thoughts on engineering, and predictions for 2026. So, first, anybody want to talk about their thoughts on how 2025 went?
Yeah, so my experience of what's coming to Star Citizen this year has been pretty good. I think they've released a lot of, new content, new missions, like the difference, from pre-Pyro to what's in the game now is pretty good. Wouldn't be Star Citizen without its bugs though, but hey, it's the game we know and love, and that's why we play it.
Yeah, for sure. I agree. I think compared to before Pyro, at like all last year, I think it's leaps and bounds above where it was. I was very happy with all the ship releases. Just a couple complaints though. I've not been a huge fan of the fact they're not working on the backlog as much. I wish they would update some of the ships that they have currently, especially now that engineering's out. There's a lot of ships that don't have physicalized components. And there's a few things with their direction in terms of like the lack of story, the lack of significance of these characters, specifically Wicklow that they're introducing, and just the nonsensical nature of Wicklow's offering, how it's an incredible time sink, but they still haven't worked out persistence enough to keep the items that people are grinding for, because there are a lot of requirements for those Wicklow missions, and people have been losing them between patches still, and I think that's a huge tax on the player's time, which, like, more than money, I think that's something that everybody's contributing to the game, and it's a sad day when you hear like our fellow org mates that had all these items like stored up waiting for the turn in to lose them when 4.5 dropped. But other than that, I feel like there's some room to grow, and specifically, I'd love Wicklow's whole thing to just be redone. I can't stand the boards. I can't stand the names of the items. I think it's very poorly done. And I also get a huge frame drop when I go in there. It just sucks. It's not fun. It feels like I'm walking into a benchmark, like an old NVIDIA benchmark.
Roger. E.
Yeah. I have some of the similar sentiments that you're feeling here. It's the story and the missions that they're pushing out. While I do agree that it's above and beyond better than what was happening, there's still not a care. Like I didn't care that I fought for the frontier fighters because they paid the most. Like there isn't enough just kind of open, and I think they were a little bit better with the Onyx, where there's a lot more story that they told just throughout, rather than, oh, you have to go find this data pad that's hidden somewhere. And I think they learned from that. Still, Onyx, well, I think it's still above and beyond better, not to the point of me giving a shit about what's really happening, other than our boy in the medical lab. That one's more of a tragic story. As far as ships coming out, what's that?
Who's in the medic lab?
I don't remember his name, to be honest with you, at this point in time. It's been so long since I've done the Onyx facilities.
Vincent the Van Duel.
He's a dude who is kind of turning Vandulish.
You talking about the Jord guy?
In the Onyx facility, the one that keeps getting reborn with the medical gown and a pistol, or some unknown reason the pistol's there.
I don't think I caught that.
Me neither.
Yeah. So it's. Do y'all remember where you find the legs? For the ASD armor.
No,
Oh, what's in that area?
because every time I've gone into those areas, it's been with you and Dave, and you guys are a couple of box whores. But
Okay, I usually don't take anything, but I usually call it out. I do go to the boxes before everybody else. It's very rare times that I actually pick things up without telling people about it.
cool.
You're just a little salty because you're just a little slower than Dave and I.
No, okay.
No, no.
Let's
Anyway,
not get off topic.
moving forward, yeah, they released 26 ships, I think. I think that was the number that they were saying at the end of the year. It was in the mid 20s in the very least,
You,
which
I will say
is fantastic.
one ship that I've enjoyed that I've bought with in-game money that I kind of wish I had in my buybacks right now is the Asperia Prowler utility. A lot of people think it's kind of shit. It doesn't do cargo like super well, but it's super stealthy, and I've really enjoyed just kind of sneaking around, observing other players at the PAF sites, seeing what they're doing, and then moving in, unbeknownst to anyone, to like pull off some components from some downed ships. It's been a lot of fun. It's been a fun little game loop I've made for myself.
Yeah.
You've been
Like-
a sneaky McSneak face.
Yeah, sneaky mix,
Well,
sneak face.
he can't get to the boxes fast enough otherwise. So
Okay.
kidding.
Okay.
I do, I do like the stealth aspect of that ship. It's not my personal forte of liking of how a ship looks. Like, great detail and everything looks fantastic if you like that sort of ship. Just like Drake. I'm not standing the Clipper. It's not because it's not super well done, it's just not my personal preference of how a ship should look. And I'm
Agreed.
hoping CG,
Wow.
hear me out on this, are your Clippers shit.
I'm
I
not.
just say that because
Let-
he always gets
under my
offended by
skin.
it.
I'm not going to let you get under my skin. I'm not going to let you get under my skin.
But
Goose
so,
brava.
but a ship,
Goose brava.
a ship such as the Zeus, because that's more of my area of how I like a ship. Why can't that one be more stealthy? It's angled. It has the angles, right?
Yes.
It's got them angular. So, like, CIG, can we visit like a stealthy version of the Zeus? I'd be all down for that. I'm not saying all of them have to be.
Yeah.
But
I would like to say the Zeus, as much as I wanted to like it, it is truly a shit ship. You can like poop all over the Clipper as much as you want, but the Zeus, truly a terrible ship.
I love the look and aesthetic of it, though. Like, I think the layout of it is great. In combat, horrible.
Yep.
Like, it is god awful in combat. I will never deny that fact. I use it as I'm gonna go to these places and collect some armor and armistice and fucking leave. You know. I love it for that aspect of it. I love the look of it. Yes, I love the Dorito ships. I also love the Perseus for that fact too. Like, I love the angles and everything about it. Terrible in combat. It doesn't, hold up in that aspect. Agreed. I still think you could take a Clipper, but
I felt like it wanted to be more of a multi-role ship, but it doesn't really fill any of those. It does fall short. The Clipper,
does.
on the other hand, it does stick very well into like that multi-role kind of
because they
category.
put a medical bed on it, and then they put a crafting table in it. If they were to put a medical bed and a crafting table in the Zeus, we'd be having the same discussion about the Zeus.
There's also a 12 SCU cargo hold, which is very well done, and it's got 4 size 3 weapons.
You're not going to sell me on the Zoo or the Clipper. You're not.
I'm
looking forward to the Forge, though. Personally, I just a quick look into that because the Forge will be a bigger version of the Clipper. Maybe not as combat capable as the Clipper because light fighters are fucking meta still.
right. That kind of gets back into the whole thing, like I was saying before. I wish they would work on the backlog. This is another ship that has never been hinted at until like last year, and it's another new JPEG for people to drool over.
But it's not a JPEG. We don't have pictures. We're not going to be able to buy it in concept. Like I understand the frustration of not having the backlog ships, like the Endeavor. I want that motherfucker, right? That one's way in the future. But since they're working on a ship such as the Pioneer, they need the art team to do the smaller things in order for them to be able to do the bigger things usually. And they need to have like all of the art and all of that created for them to be able to get this, beautiful Pioneer that I'm going to know and love, and we're all going to be super happy when that thing comes out. And so, like, I get them still creating the newer ships in that aspect of they still need the art to go along with it. Like, I don't understand the Wolf. I love the ship. Don't get me wrong. I don't understand why they needed to create that. And that's where I think is more of along the lines of what you're trying to say, Ark, is the Wolf didn't need to be here. I don't know why we're working on wow. I can't think of the Krugers.
Kruger?
Yeah. I don't know why we're working on the Krugers right now. Maybe there's something bigger that they're not telling us about. But that sort of team is what I would
That's
say
another
should
example
be
of like
on backlogging ships.
even if they're working on another something bigger that they're not telling, that's another ship that's never been advertised or talked about, but they've still got this huge backlog of ships that still need to be worked on.
Yeah. And it's only shrinking. I mean, let's be fair. It's shrinking. They put out the Idris, the Apollos. I'm also drawing a blank on what other ships came out that were backlogged.
The Apollos came out. The Paladin was a new
Perseus.
ship that was added out of nowhere.
Well, the Paladin was a concept sale. The Asgard was the one that came out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Right? If I'm not mistaken.
The Shiv.
Yeah, no, fuck the Great Bucket ships. It's like
The RSI
if you have
Meteor
a goddamn
was another
fucking-
variant.
well, if you have a fucking goddamn bucket as a shitter on your ship, that's fucking dumb in my opinion. Like, it is just stupid. Like, no one is going to buy like, you're just throwing away the bucket. Like, if I bought a ship like that, I would throw away the bucket and not have a shitter on the ship at that point in time. Like, to me, that is stupid.
Yeah, I'd just go to fucking Grim Hex or Pyro if I needed to go for a shit.
Right.
Also, let's talk about Nyx. That was another release this year.
Yeah, Nyx. Great for pirating. Because they only came out with 3 locations you could jump to. So we've had a lot of fun. Just sitting outside of we went back and forth between Levski and Stanton Gateway for the most part. And we caught a bunch of people. I think like one of our snares caught 5 people. What was our max? Maybe 6? We were catching them left and right for a couple nights there. It was crazy.
When you compare it to like what they've done with Pyro,
Well,
it's almost nothing.
it is almost nothing. It's just a vast open space of. There's the Vanduul Technician sites and a bunch of destroyed ships places. That's it.
Yep.
And Levski. But they already somewhat had Levski. and then 2 stations that they just copied over from wherever. I get the copy and paste of the transient stations.
I'm
I get it, but
I'm su- I'm surprised that Nyx came before Terra or Magnus. Like, we got
so
those gateways pushed into the Stanton system with the release of Pyro, pretty much. But now they've added Nyx, and then obviously added a gateway before that. So it sort of felt like it's come a bit left field. Like, we've got the gateways for these next 2 planned systems, yeah, and then like they don't get worked on and another one gets dropped in. Like, I'm not complaining about it. I'm just saying, it was more of a surprise factor.
so I know at the 2024 CitizenCon they actually talked about what the systems are
No,
coming out, right? And Nyx was the
gotcha.
next one on there. And it was based off I believe, this is just my speculation here, is the fact that they already had Levski. Right? Levski was in Stanton at one point in time.
Gotcha.
And so when they transferred that out, they had a somewhat build of it. Like, nothing is exactly the same, but they had something to work with.
Right,
Terra
right.
is going to be a beast and a half, because that is, I believe, going to be the starting location for like newbies, and have the most security, and have all the, like, it's high end security, high end everything. Like, so that one I understand not doing quite yet. Like there's
Gotcha.
going to be a lot there.
Yeah.
I don't believe Magnus is one of the 5 that they talked about as coming
Okay.
out, because the other one was, I'm drawing a blank on that.
Astra?
One that wasn't called
Castra.
Magnus.
Castra.
Castra.
Yes, Castra.
You're a wizard, Ari. Castra spell.
Yeah, and I think Castra shows up in Squadron 42, and I think that's one of the reasons why that one's there.
Ah,
Like, it's not the
okay.
main area, I don't believe. Um, but I think that's, and Nyx was the go between Castra and Pyro. Like, Nyx won't go to Stanton at a certain point in time. Like,
Okay.
the Terra gateway, like, Nyx is to Terra, and then Stanton will go to Terra, but they won't go to each other at a certain point in time. It's just right now they wanted it easier traveling between the 3.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Which would explain why the jump gates are a little weird when you go
Right.
into. They don't seem to line up.
Yep. And like, in Nyx, it'll say the Terra gateway rather than the Stanton gateway in like
Gotcha.
all of the
Gotcha.
signage. Like, it says Stanton gateway on the map, but if you go inside of it and you see like the sign that usually would say Stanton gateway, it says Terra gateway, because that's what it will be in the future.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Um, Another positive I want to say about Nyx in 2025, the Vandal Tech missions. Those initially, before they were broken, and there's the fucking exploit, which, CIG, please stop putting buttons places. When it comes up to us, stop it, because this is why we have the fucked up economy we do it now. Anyway, the mission in itself, though, I thought was very well done as a gameplay aspect. Still not
Right.
really giving a shit, like, lore wise, but you go into this place, you get attacked by Vandal, you take them out. Awesome. Then you go down, and you land, or in my case with the Idris or Perseus, I would have to exit the vehicle and then hop in through the pad. Not a big deal. Then you have FPS combat.
I've just got to interject that
Yeah.
the upskilling that they put on the Vandal fighters is pretty massive.
Yeah, so the Vandal fighters are not the same like Vandal ships we've pledged and have known.
The Asperias.
Right, the Asperia variants of the Vandal ships.
Yep.
These actually have the plasma weapons and other things that the Vandal will have. Which is another...
Gotcha.
I'm super excited for fighting off Vandal hordes.
Yep.
And we can get to that in just a second. But the Vandal Tech mission where, aerial combat, FPS, boarding a fucking ship and clearing a ship. We need more of that. Right? Like, I want to board other people's ships and clear it, whether that be NPC ships, player ships, all these other things. It isn't a like common thing, even with engineering, with just how it is, because comms and other shit is ass, but that's beside the point. But going into the players, as messed up and glitchy as it is for me to go in there, like I'll lose my sight half the time when it's black or it's whatever and I can't do anything. I'll have an audio bug, I'll have this or that. I'm still super enjoying boarding it and doing things inside of this broken ship. And then after that, you go out and you search for something. You have to go into a different location. There's all of these aspects of this one mission, and that's what needs to happen with multiple missions, in my opinion. One mission I am hoping that they bring back is the Wave of Disaster. It was a salvage mission or cargo mission if you just went there for the drugs back in the day.
Yep.
It was where, I forget which faction fought, but this is pre-Pyro. There was like, there was this battle here. Here's the remains of the ships. Go do this. Well, why can't we now have NPCs aboard those ships? Where you go there and you have to clear the people before you can get the cargo.
Yep.
And they might have a wave of their fighters coming to support them in their, rebuilding phase or whatever. So you have to have your aerial combat, you have to have your FPS combat, you have to have salvage, you have to have your cargo team. Like, it would bring so many aspects of the game into one location. And that's what I'm really hoping that they would, move towards, is those types of missions where it takes 4 different play styles.
Yep. Yeah, agreed.
I did like that about the Vandal Tech missions. I feel like it did blend a lot of... It blended a lot of, what would you call them? Aspects of gameplay?
Yeah. Aspects of gameplay, play styles, however you want
Yeah, play styles. Yeah, it blended a lot of play styles that I think the other missions don't have. But like you said, there's not a lot of story or lore behind it, unless you go dive deep on the forums or the RSI website. Maybe there might be something on there.
Shout out Astro Historian for all of his content of lore. I've watched it a lot. He's great.
One thing you did mention though, about the Apollos coming out. I love the Apollos, but they've completely stripped medical gameplay.
True.
Medical beacons still don't work half the time, if at all. And people aren't encouraged to use their medical beacons.
Right.
I love that they're getting through the backlog. I love that they're adding all these new gameplay features, but there are still things that were in the game before that they've completely stripped back or removed, like the other missions that you were talking about. And that's something that I wish they would just go back and fix or bring back or do a version 2.0. I love the fact that they brought in the item recovery, quote unquote, tier 0, but it's not really item recovery if it just never leaves your body. The only thing that leaves your body is what's in the backpack. That was introduced this year. But it's another thing where I feel like it just misses the mark or it doesn't go far enough, or it feels like that they've implemented the first part of it and then there's silence. There's nothing. There's no information about what the next part's going to be or how we would actually have item recovery or insurance. And the thing that concerns me the most is if you ever look at the RSI roadmap under the release view, all these things that we want, all these things that we desperately need, like the org systems, better social menus, the better reputation menus, all of these things are listed under Star Citizen 1.0, which makes me worry that we'll ever get to touch these things or test them or improve upon them as a player community until it's out there 1.0, and then, of course they're going to update after that, but it feels like, why do we have to wait that long?
So my understanding of when they came out with the 1.0 roadmap was that these features would be in the game before they would come out with the 1.0. Like they would have everything fixed and everything, well, quote unquote fixed. Who knows with them on exacts, but like all of these features would be in the game, tested and somewhat manipulated of some kind before they would do the 1.0 is how I understood it. So like the org systems, all these things you're talking about, which we desperately need, will be in the game before the 1.0 is launched. Because the 1.0, when it's launched, should be the finished first version of the game. And by finished, it's, no bugs, none of these other
Elevators
things.
work.
Right. Fucking elevators. Jesus Christ.
Hardest thing ever.
So,
Right.
any final thoughts on 2025? Or
I'll say my summary.
Progress for them. Yep. You go.
My summary is happy with the additions that they've done. Wish they would do some more stuff that they've had in the past or announced in the past. Overall, much more stable than previous releases, in my opinion. But it's still has me hopeful, but it not satisfied.
Yeah, I mean, big progress for them this year, 100%. Quite frustrating when they drop a big patch and then go on holiday, it seems. But
I
think
that is definitely one of the worst parts of the end of the year.
Yeah, when just compared to 2024, I think that the progress that they've made forward is definitely huge. It's they've got a more definitive direction of the game, even if they don't quite have the lore and that behind it yet. Very happy with it, gotta say.
Very true.
All right. The last thing that came out in 2025, which CIG, for the love of fucking Jesus, whatever the fuck God is in Star Citizen, stop having big things happen right before you go on break. I get break needs to be it needs to be a thing, and I'm not saying don't do it. It's just you came out with Pyro last year, and then you went on break. You came out with engineering, and then you went on break. These are big features that need patches and other things to happen for them to really work.
Absolutely.
That being said, come out with little patches that might not need as much, rather than adding a whole new fucking system for the first time or redoing half of your ships into this other fucking engineering state, if not more. I don't remember the exact numbers.
Not even half.
So there's a percentage that is fully ready. There's a percentage that is partly ready, and there's a percentage that is not ready at all. I don't remember the exact numbers, but there's a percentage for all of those. But it really hinders players and smaller orgs such as ours when we're trying to progress and do things in your game, and then all of a sudden something is broken to the point of not being able to fucking work anymore. Like Pyro worked fantastic for I think 2-3 weeks. We added I think 10-15 members, and we were running 20, 30, 40 strong a night. 40 might have been a little much, but like we were running pretty strong right at the beginning of Pyro, and then the game shit the bed, and there's nothing that we can do to keep those members intrigued enough to stay with us, and then they leave the game and come back, and maybe they find somebody else, maybe they came back. It's really hard when you take the breaks after this big thing comes out. And I get it. It's not my pig, not my farm, maybe, on how you do things. I'm just asking that the last patch of a year not be a major feature change.
Yeah, at least have the holiday, and then when you get back from holiday at the start of the year, drop the patch then. Like,
Sure.
Right.
We would prefer that extra 4-week wait to have, some fixes when stuff does inevitably go wrong, rather than left to our own devices for 4 weeks. Like,
yes, and we are, I think, all here at Halloween Legion is understanding that shit breaks because shit's new.
Yeah,
it happens.
That's right.
I just don't want to wait weeks for fixes. Like the Perseus, I was super excited for that ship to come out. Day one of it coming out, we had the audio bug and it wasn't fixed, and we didn't have a hot fix even for this shit until I think yesterday. And we're recording on the 9th of January. Like, these are things that should have been done prior to this fucking ship coming out.
Or do what you did, before, where you had like a persistent live environment, and then where stuff would roll over for reputation and stuff, and then you had like a separate test environment that would progress into the live environment, where all your progression is shared, but you can still test the new features. I don't know why they didn't even bother doing that.
Anyway, that's our ask. I don't want to beat a dead horse or talk too much about it. Our ask is biggest new features shouldn't come mid-December when you're about to go on break. Save it for January when you come back from break. That's all we're asking. Engineering. I have had very little need to do anything with engineering personally in the game so far. I was in Idris. I was getting messed up by a bunch of fighters and an Idris M. I have an Idris P. They were winning. I think I fought them for half hour, 45 minutes, and I was solo in my Idris. Zero issues at all with anything.
Right, that's supposed to be one of their newer ships that should have these things.
So, yes and no. There's a newer one that's in Squadron that I think will be replacing the one we have when Squadron comes out. Like I've seen the pictures, and the engines on the Idris look angled more so like a Javelin rather than like the straight up and down that they have. Like it, but still, like I shouldn't solo this capital ship by myself.
Yeah,
facing a superior capital ship, because the Idris M is better. It should be better than the Idris P.
Yeah.
Along with other fighters and other multi-crew. I don't remember exactly who was there, but we all got fucked due to multi-crew bug and all these other things, and it was at the end I was solo, and after that it was a half hour to 45 minutes of me fighting this Idris M. I had its shields down the entire time. And I wasn't doing too much damage to it just by the sheer fact that it's a fucking Idris. And I believe they were solo too because there was nothing coming from them. Before I just fucking left. Like, I switched to quantum mode and just fucking jumped. I didn't have to deal with fires. I didn't have to deal with any component failure. Like, that shouldn't happen on this fucking multi-crew ship.
Yeah, agreed.
Like, if I'm fighting a bunch of fighters and that's the case, that's whatever. But I was fighting an Idris M that was keeping its distance and fucking throwing salvos of its main railgun at me.
Yeah.
I should have fucking damage. I should have. Yeah. And then to the complete opposite aspect of that, we were mining a couple nights ago.
Yeah.
In our monthly mining event. And, I was in the Idris throwing bags off and throwing them on. And one of our members came up and they're like, hey, my prospector's fucked. There's a fire, there's this and this and this. And so, like, I EVA'd out there to, help him out. And I brought a fire extinguisher from the Idris and we were trying to put it out. Fire wouldn't go out, even though the doors were fucking open. They had everything going on. And, like, there was nothing we could do to bring this fucking ship anywhere back to life. Like,
because it didn't have physicalized components.
Well, right, it didn't have physicalized components. I shut the ship down, opened up fucking all of the doors. And
another thing is
catching fire.
Yeah, and the depressurization is happening like if you're in your hangar and you open up all your doors and stuff, you will start to suffocate in your hangar, like without your helmet on.
So I've been noticing in cargo bays of ships, even with the door shut, I'm still losing oxygen and suffocating that way.
Because apparently the life support isn't actually replenishing anything. The life support is essentially a tank of oxygen right now, and it doesn't replenish over time. So if you've left your hatch open to unload a bunch of cargo, all the oxygen in the ship has been draining out. And when you get back in the ship, it's not being replenished, the tank is dry, and you just suffocate.
Oh, wow.
But even on, like, I was on Microtech after doing things on other areas, right? And I had my cargo bay open, and if you don't know, Microtech has its own fucking environment where you can breathe in. I was still suffocating in my hangar, or in the cargo bay of a ship.
Wow.
So, like, I think the air is leaving, but I don't think it's letting air in at this point in time either. It's another issue.
Right, it's not replenishing.
Well, even if you open the door, the air is it's a one-way valve is what I think it is right now when it comes out of the hangar. It doesn't come back into the cargo bay or anything.
Yeah.
Right.
So, problems with engineering. We obviously knew this was going to happen, and it's okay that it's happening. It's just annoying at this point in time.
Yeah.
Final thoughts on engineering?
I don't really have overall experience with it so far, other than looking at the screen. So I don't really have too much thoughts to contribute to that.
Right. Art?
Yeah, I've enjoyed it in a couple of ships where it's actually present, but it's never been necessary. Right now, the way it is it's like you're dying, your ship is exploding before you even have a chance to get out to do anything with those components. If you have to do anything with those components at all. Most of the stuff can be fixed through the diagnostic menu, so it seems like okay, you've added a new MFD, but there's really nothing else. New MFD with some
Yeah.
buttons.
Yep. I did have my wolf one time. I was getting shot by deadbolts. I had overly confident on my ability to dodge them, and it actually, rendered me useless.
Ah, yeah.
I had completely forgotten about, the MFDs and doing that, so I started EVAing around, and eventually it got to the point where I was like, oh, I can repair my ship. And so I, hop back into it, and I was able to repair the power plant and actually go back through the MFDs, but not actual components.
Yep.
And so I thought that was kind of cool.
Yeah.
That
You mean?
one success story out of everything so far for me personally.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
All right. Predictions for 2026. Hot takes, whatever you got.
Mm. I don't know.
I
Guessing there's
think
going to be a few more vehicles released. That's for sure. Hopefully this year it's the year for stability. I have noticed there's been a bit of a return of 30Ks lately.
In the past few weeks, yeah. I did notice, I think that it has just overall been more stable. Not to the point of like a normal MMO that's been released type of stable, but as compared to where we were at, especially post 4.0.
Yeah, yeah,
Like there has been an improvement on the actual stability.
for sure. Yeah, for sure. But it's just,
Yeah.
a little bit funny to see a couple of, return of old bugs every now and again. But I don't know. I think they're doing bloody well.
yeah, I'd like to see more of Nyx. I hope they do more of Nyx before they release Castra. I'm concerned that they're going to start pushing in the Castra in a half-finished state as well. I'd like to see more stability. I'd like to see more persistence. I don't like hearing about org members losing their shit between patches. But overall, I'd like to see some content, like maybe some crafting. I don't think we're going to see base building. I think it's still way too early for that for within this year. But I think we'll see like maybe a new loot system, or not necessarily a new loot system, but an inventory system to go along with that crafting.
Gotcha. Yeah.
I am concerned that there's going to be a lack of movement on the social menus. I pray there will be, but I'm worried there won't be.
Yeah.
Yeah, personally,
Social menus, orgs, and rep menu, all of that stuff. The Mobiglash just needs to go away, and they just need to give us like a classic menu that you see in like other MMOs.
yeah, personally,
Just hoping to make. Sorry.
You go, Dino.
I was just going to say, it's good to see the addition of the VR, but it obviously needs a lot of work for it to sort of become a feasible gameplay. If you are going to be trying to experience all the different paths that you can play in the verse.
Yeah. Personally, I don't give a fuck about VR. I'm hoping that they spend more of their time and resources on making the game that we have better rather than trying to expand it. I understand through like marketing and all these other things, they're trying to expand it so that they have a larger community when the game comes out. I get it. I'm a dude who has Toby who it's a pseudo VR that's not full yet. Like it's It's whatever
Yeah.
at this point in time with what I have.
Oh, speaking of Toby, I'd like to see VoIP work consistently
Yeah.
for a
No,
full year.
VoIP would be good.
Yep. Hard out.
Yeah.
Uh,
But I think
I-
the social networking and other things that they talked about in CitizenCon 2024, where it actually fucking matters if you're a part of the Oregon RSI. Like, it doesn't matter at this
Yeah.
point in time whether or not you're a part of an Oregon RSI website. It mattered. Like, there's nothing, there's no benefit, there's nothing that happens, there's zero shit, right?
Yeah.
And there's also very little that org leaders can do for like rankings and other things within that aspect of it. Like how we have the Discord here where there's more than like 5 ranks.
Yep.
You can't do that
Gotcha.
in the RSI website. You can't like have that type of shit there.
It'd be nice to have
They need
like
to rework
a
the entire fucking thing.
yeah. They need to just put MySpace on RSI.
Maybe that. Maybe. But
Let us throw some music on there. Some fucking like.
another thing we need is looking for group in game, like they showed. Like we, as Howler Legion, should be able. Like I should be able to put on there. We're running pirating tonight, right?
Yeah.
Come join us if you want to. And here's our party link. You can join us, or whatever. Like you just have the group on there, and somebody can click on it and join you. They showed that at CitizenCon.
Ah, okay.
They need that shit in the game.
I do. Group chat that you can just join in game.
Yeah, they need to expand the global chat so that you don't need fucking. So that it actually fits the 600 fucking people
Yeah.
on the player
Mhm.
list.
Yeah.
Great.
Also, people are complaining about the shitty way it takes to spend money, but I think once the wipe happens, people will stop complaining about that pretty quick because nobody's going to be sending money like they are right now.
Another thing we need is a marketplace. Have somewhere we can sell shit in motherfucking game. Like I should be able to right, player to player. I should be able to go to a board of some kind in every major fucking location, whether that be a space station, main city, whatever the fuck you want to call it. A board that says the same exact thing across all fucking systems, across everything as of right now, like changed up later if you need to. But I should be able to put on there, I have this fucking pair of legs I am trying to sell for X amount of dollars. If a player takes that, like that thing needs to be in the inventory at that said location.
Yeah.
And if a player buys it, it is no longer there for me at that location. It is at their location for them.
That's what
I
I'm
don't know
hoping.
how fucking hard that is. Like I'm not a coder. I'm not a game developer. That doesn't seem unfeasible to me.
No, it's in every other game. It's called an auction house. It's in every other MMO.
Right. And we need something like that because the economy team on Star Citizen isn't actually doing fucking shit if there's no actual like need for anything. Like I don't need aluminum. Why the fuck do I care what the price is for it? Like the Quantanium, right? Quantanium is selling to players. I don't even know the amount more than what it's selling to fucking stations, right? But the station should fucking decide that I'm going to start buying it for just under what the players are.
Yeah.
So that there's no risk of selling it to players, right? Like that's how this should be working as an economy is you have things selling to players and just under that, so that there's no risk of losing money, getting shot, getting stolen from, getting pirated, all these other things.
Yeah.
That's what they should be buying these things for, as a station, as whatever. And not all stations are going to buy everything. Not all stations are going to do things. That's fair.
Yeah,
But that's how you actually fucking solve an economy. That's how you do it. Like,
Yeah.
we have players like Brit. He sold ship parts for 500 million before the real exploits really came into the fucking game. You know,
Damn.
it was ridiculous. No, 50 million. Sorry, 50 million. But still, at that point in time, that's a fuck ton of money. Like right now, I have 1.5 trillion. It means nothing to me
True.
because the exploits in the game and other players are doing shit, and that's another topic for another story. But
Yeah.
that's what I'd like to see when it comes to an economy is you judge it off of what the players are doing rather than this artificial numbers that some people come up with because they decided to. I don't know the reason why.
Yeah.
And until that's in the game, I don't think our economy will ever be fixed. Exploits included. Like,
Yeah.
until you have players actually doing shit. And money sinks. We need money sinks in 2026. I'm going to say that and I'm going to regret it later. That's fine. We need somewhere where the fucking money is going. I can't just be holding on to my 1.5 trillion and just never lose it. Because the game doesn't fucking have a sink of any fucking kind for me right now.
Yeah.
I've had to repair and do all these other things. Like, oh, fucking 200K. Oh my goodness. Fucking scratches off. It's fine. You know, we're going to say if there wasn't an exploit, that might be a thing.
Yeah.
Another this thing I've been thinking of for a while. In 2026, we're supposed to have Squadron, right?
Yep.
I believe that in May, we are going to see a new Squadron video. It'll be the first of their newest marketing campaign to come out with the game. And from here on out, they're going to be marketing it hardcore until CitizenCon when it actually comes out. Right?
Yep.
So, I believe CitizenCon is when Squadron 42 is coming out. But at the beginning of the marketing campaign, we're going to see a new ship that we haven't seen before. That will be the final concept sail ship, the battle cruiser that they've been fucking listening to since they first fucking began in 2012.
Oh, yeah.
I believe that concept show will happen for the first time at Invictus launch week.
Okay.
And I think we'll see it for the first time then.
That would be pretty impressive.
Right. I also believe that along with Squadron coming out at CitizenCon this year, we're also going to see the Javelin come into the game, like fully for players.
Yep.
I don't think so.
God. You don't think so?
That's fine.
No, I don't think they're going to do that until they get some sort of permission system, some sort of social menu update. So if that happens, then maybe I'll say yeah. But I don't think it's going to happen until they rework the social menus, the org menus, all that stuff.
And I think by that time, what you're saying will happen. I'm thinking by June this year that the org system will be better.
Okay.
Those are my predictions for 2026.
Yep.
Also, Ironclad at Invictus, and they all but fucking... Oh, no, they actually...
Are you just going to throw out a bunch of predictions, fucking Nostradamus, and hope that one of them's right? And then you're going to be like, I'm right.
I think all of them would be right.
Okay.
I am truly believing that all of these will be correct at this point in time.
Reaper Damus. You heard it here.
I mean, call me whatever the fuck you want to. Just don't call me late for dinner.
Sorry, Peppy.
But I think Invictus Launch Week will be their start to their super hyper marketing campaign to Squadron, which I believe will be CitizenCon. And I believe it'll be CitizenCon because of the fact that they have said the Galaxy will be the big ship at IAE next year. They've said that.
Okay.
And that being said, there's a fucking bigger ship that I believe will be out when Squadron 42 is out, and that's the Javelin. Now,
Yep.
they could do the thing where the Javelin doesn't come out till next year's Invictus. They could.
Yep.
Not saying that's out of the question. I think they're going to come out with it because
You said this year, and now you're saying, "Oh, it could be next year."
I'm still.
You're changing it.
No, hold on. I am still saying that my belief is that we'll be out at CitizenCon. I will also, and this is based off of right now, this very instant, I believe that that's the most likely scenario. Knowing CIG, I won't be surprised if they try to push that shit back. That's my thing. Knowing CIG, I still believe.
Still believe
I'd say
I can fly?
85 to 90% chance.
I believe I can fly.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I hear you.
But
That Javelin will be a truly, truly, truly impressive ship to see
I can't fucking wait.
when it does.
I can't wait.
PU. Yeah.
Right. And
What? Watch it be totally soloable like the intro.
Right? give me the Javelin soloable. Oh my god.
Holy crap.
Because we have
Behemoth.
we have at least 2 of them with active members and multiple more with non-ish active members that don't really play the game.
Yep. So can those things get out of atmosphere?
Depends on the atmosphere.
Okay. Microtech.
So- Any major planet? No. I don't believe so.
Okay. Yeah.
We will be doing tests at some point in time, but like over Daymar, I think you'd be able to get out of that atmosphere over like Lyria.
Yeah. Moon gravity should
Right.
be sweet. But
I think it'll be able to get out with a struggle. Like I don't think it'll be easy, but I think
Yeah.
it'll take it a minute, but you'll fucking get out. Whereas like if you get too close to Hurston, that bitch ain't leaving.
Yeah.
You can enter atmosphere once.
Yeah. Yeah. So this is our new base.
Right. And before everything gets fucking crazy, we're going to test all of that with the Javelins.
So where are they only going to be like space station spawnable?
Yeah, so
Like,
do you know, have you seen like
The Muffin Man?
Yeah, the Muffin Man?
Blueberry
Do you
Lane?
know the Muffin Man? No. So there's areas on space stations that in the past, this has been years ago and they haven't done it recently, which I wish they would, but you could do Javelin tours at like certain
Space stations.
no the space stations all have it, or no, the main space stations I should say. So like the ones outside Tressler, Seraphim, Everest and Bajini. They all have this area that has like a capital ship landing thing where
Yep,
there's
yep,
three
yep.
three little pods where they could like
Yeah,
go
gonna
into.
say, yeah, like a
It's like
triangle
a
thing.
right. It's a docking collar, but made for bigger ships.
Yep.
Essentially,
Yep,
that's where they
yep.
go.
Gotcha. Like, yeah, so they're like the security decks, are they? On the elevator?
Something like that. I don't remember exactly what they
Yeah,
say on
yeah.
that elevator, but yeah, it's something
Yeah.
like that. But yeah, any final thoughts on 2026 or any final thoughts on tonight's podcast?
Negative.
Booyah!
Oh, negative and booyah. All right. Well, we've been Howler
I
Legion.
think it was good. I think we covered a bit. Sorry. Like, yeah.
All right.
Come on, citizen, listen to us.
I highly doubt they will, but I hope they do.
CIG, listen to us.
We've been Howler Legion. I wish you all a
Listen
bloody
to us, CIG.
Jesus fucking Christ. Can I get through this goddamn fucking exit? Y'all say what you need to do. Go.
Yeah!
Negative Ghost
CIG,
Rider.
listen to us.
Peace.
Yay!
Been great.
Podcast is over.
You fucking
Till the
done?
next one.
Negative. All done.
We've been Howler Legion. I wish you all a bloody damn good rest of your night. Or day, depending on where you're at. Have a good one, everybody.
Later.
Peace.